Hello, art friend. My name is Melie, and welcome to another creative session without any restrictions. So, let's get started. I was feeling a bit blue today. I just can't pinpoint why. But I thought, you know what? What a better way to get some of my spark back than to be creative. And so here I am. I don't know if any one of you is struggling with like when you are a little bit moody, then you tend to you know abandon yourself, or just you don't feel like doing something. I find that this is very true for me. Sometimes when I am very in my mood, then I tend to let go of things that I like, or I know that they are going to lift my mood. And I found that showing up despite the way you feel at the moment is the best antidote. Like, even if I don't feel like it, but I know that it will boost my mood eventually, I just push myself and do the thing. And yeah, like, I found that it works best with me. And I'm really curious, like, do you have specific like, do you have a specific attitude or things that you are doing to get you out of your blues? For me today is like a very low energy day, where I haven't really pinpointed if it's something that it's in my body, like I'm really tired, or if it stems from my emotional like well-being. How you have this kind of feelings that drag you down, and sometimes you feel that you are carrying the whole world. um, when I'm processing emotions, I feel tired too. It's not that something specific has happened lately. In general, things have been quite like okay. But sometimes things arise, you realize some things, or you have a breakthrough moment, and you're like, oh, now I understand why this happened, or now I understand that I have this kind of block. And although I want to manifest something, then now I understand that in my subconscious, like, I have been holding myself back. And I don't know, like, sometimes this realization that, okay, so I have been doing my inner work, I have been showing up, and then you realize that there is still more to process. There are still more things um, to just be resolved. You have more things to not to face exactly, but to acknowledge and move past them. So yeah, like I have been feeling a bit heavy around these things, but I know that everything is going to turn out fine. I have been there in the past, and as a person that I tend to be like a bit strict with my everyday life, it's very essential for me to incorporate some playtime, because I can be like dealing with all these things, and then doing my meditation, doing my workout, doing my journaling, doing everything, and then I just realized that a day has gone by, and everything was done like in a very um, strict mode. So I find really helpful when I connect with my creativity, and there is a place and a space for me where I can create freely without, waiting something from myself. Like, this is my secret and special haven. I don't wait something from this moment. I'm just being creative. I don't have to learn something. I don't have to understand something. I don't have to, like excel at what I'm doing. I can just be. And this is like a very powerful realization for me, you know. Some would say, like, when you are in meditation, um, you don't have to be someone. But like sometimes when my mind is rushing and I have like to quiet down my mind, at first it seems like I'm going against something, but here I am able, to create. I'm able to do something, move, and then I get lost. I get lost in the colors, I get lost in the space. So it's more, I would say, effortless. Part of me started this channel just to hold myself accountable of showing up, in my practice. I really like these watercolors. And now I'm using some gouache. I'm thinking that sometimes the world is very small, and how like our lives, we tend to see them as like, oh, like you live 80 years, like the human species like live around like 80 years, and we tend to see like, oh yeah, that is close to a century. But when sometimes I think about how many years the earth is here and how many people have been here, it always amazes me. We think that our problems are huge, and like compared to what we are going through, yeah, like there is some heaviness or some like importance to them. But still, like if you take your mind outside of your problem, outside of the situation, outside in general, like you will understand that nothing is so significant as we deem it to be. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this session, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.